How come this one ain't that bright? Let me see if it's me. I don't see that kind of. Let me see if it's. Come on. You know how the thing drop down. Show me what's going down. Let me see if it's okay. Oh, it's the light. I get it. It's the light. It's the bright light that we got out here. And that's just how it's showing up. So peace, love, and light. Welcome in, come one, come all. We opening up the way. Let me start lighting the sage right now because we've been getting some serious bots that's been coming in YouTube. So let me clarify this space. Keep this space sacred for the 144. Let me do it right now because we be getting them bots up in here. It's like the more I'm lighting up on the light grid, the more I'm attracting those little minions, those little demonic minions. I don't know how many of y'all seeing that. How many of y'all seeing the minions showing up for you? Because we're gonna talk about it. Because in this new beginnings, in this integration, new beginnings, a lot of us need to know that as we're moving, as you are ascending, you are boiling the blood. That's some of the whispers we've been getting, right? Excuse the cars rolling by. Look, just like that, the car, that's a message. The car's just rolling by. We getting a lot of the minions, the demonic minions are acting up right now. How many of, thank you for the heart. How many of y'all are getting that? Because the blood is boiling. I'm here to tell you that. If you didn't get the message in one of my videos, let me tell you now, they don't like you. They don't like us. They don't like us. It's more than they not like us. It's they don't like us. They don't like you. I want you to get that through. And not that we here for the likes. We ain't here for the likes, but sometimes in our human suit, we get it twisted. We get it confused. And this is what we need in the integration of the true timeline. A lot of us need to get it through our thick skulls. They don't like you. I don't care who it is. Mother, father, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, uncle, auntie, cousin, favorite cousin, bestie, friend. They don't like you. If you realize that you are ascending on the timeline and they're not, please don't get it twisted. Don't let them fool you into saying, oh, I respect what you do. If they really walking with you, and I'm not saying everybody got to do what you do. Don't get this twisted. I'm not saying everybody got to believe exactly as you. But if they are walking with you and you are walking and elevating and evolving and they're not even asking you about it, they do not want to grow. They are not in alignment with you. They are not evenly, they are unevenly yoked. And it's going to get more uneven and more uneven and more uneven. I'm saying I'm being real with you. This is for those in the true time reality. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not here to nice it up for you. They're going to keep doing what they're doing. Lost friends and family, all this pain. What do I do with it? You alchemize it. This is why let me reintroduce myself. If you don't know, right? You found the right one. You came on the right timeline. It's time for you to find your starseed family. Welcome in. Come on in. I'm an energy alchemist, right? Celestial Earth, I am an energy alchemist. This is what I do. I alchemize. And I'm not telling you something that I've read in books, not that I don't reference sometimes, but this is through the book of life within. This is me moving through the dimensions of my mind, and everyone can do it. This is how we push the timelines, by moving through the dimensions of your mind. You alchemize. You alchemize. Whatever the pain is, you alchemize, right? I follow God and life got harder. You followed the great order of divinity. You didn't follow a man in the sky. You followed the great order of divinity. Know that that God is the God in you, right? And it got harder because you're doing the true work. This is not an easy road. But you know, when you get that pushback, that's how you know you're doing the right thing. When you lose everything that you're losing, it's because you're doing the right thing and you're in alignment with the messages through the cosmos as your assignment. You're reading your assignment in the stars, even if you don't even do astrology. I'm letting you know that. I'm letting you know that, right? I noticed the patterns and it got worse because you are waking up. You notice them because your third eye is waking up. Your third eye, those of us who are on this ascension time, you're not going to be able to tolerate a lot of things. This is why I said the blood is boiling. You are boiling the blood. Let me explain what happens when you start doing your work. The blood starts to act up like a jerk. because you are boiling the blood. You are changing codes in your DNA, and your DNA is connected to everybody else with your DNA in close proximity. So I'm talking family, maternal lineage, paternal lineage. The bloodline starts to boil. You start to work up the parasites, the parasitic entanglement that has been ravishing through your bloodline, that has been working through the wounds, through demonic wounds that have come to consume. But you are not one of the agents of consumption. You are not one of the ones that are consuming the wounds. Chances are you are where you are and you see what you see because you are working on you. You are working on the me in you, right? I'm a white Asian man. Are you talking to me too? Yeah, anybody. This is not particular to race. This is spirit. Anybody, no matter who you are, this is the work that you're working on. Whatever you're going through, if this word pertains to you, thank you for the follow. Share and send the likes. Continue to tap and send those hearts, because that's how we help get the algorithms going to get our star seeds up in here. And I'm offering something to you all right now. Those of you who are here, you're not here by an accident. Welcome to the halls of Amenti, aka the 88 Lions Gate. We are officially walking through the halls. We are officially walking through the halls. This is what the 88 Lions Gateway is all about. It's a gateway. It's not one day. See, we got to stop. A lot of times we take a lot of spiritual things and we religionize them. Again, we're so bad. We're so programmed into making things dogmatic and fixing things. We get some true information and we put it into some type of window box of, oh, it's just let's get 88 Lionsgate, and everybody get all hype about this one day. The one day is a peak. It's between the end of July to the 12th of August, and it's really being activated this particular time from the full moon to the new moon. Ashe? The 88 gateway, what is it? Okay, good question. So let me share that for those of you who are just walking in, and continue to share the live. Share it with who you know is on the same timeline as you that aligns with this, right? Send the hearts. Let's get it, keep it pumping. We pump the hearts, we keep it circulating. Open up the heart. Let it circulate, right? The 88 Lionsgate way, right? For those who don't know, the 88 Lionsgate is usually on the 8th of August. And a lot of people just look at it like, oh, 88 Lionsgate, and don't really know fully what it's about. Even spiritual people don't know fully what it's about. They just engage in the Lion's Gateway. And astrologists will tell you because of the star that it connects to, and it is the lion. Obviously, it's in Leo. 88 Lion's Gate happens in the house of Leo. And it has to do with, I believe, Regulus is a star that they connected to. They have a connection to it. In astronomy and astrology as well, but even deeper spiritually. The 88 Lionsgate is also the halls of Amenti. It's a gateway, first of all. So coming out of just being one day, it's a gateway. Grand Rising, peace, love, and light. Welcome in. Thank you for the love. It is a gateway, right? So we're going through a hall, and what it represents, why it's called halls of Amenti, is because you're walking through the halls. If you look up that story, it's comedically inclined. For those who have heard of halls of Amenti, it's because you're comedically inclined, or you have been doing your comedic studies, and it has to do with, they say, thought, but even that's how I know it's intellectual. It's really Jehudi. Jehudi is the comedic word. Thought is the Greek version of the comedic messenger. Either way, it's the messenger, right? I don't really get that hung up on words, but why I say Jehudi, because I understand the power of the tongue, as in returning to the origins of language and returning to the origins of time, because it opens up the dormant codes in your bloodline, right? So yes, on the moon, I don't know if you're asking about it being on the moon, right? Thank you. You love my crown, and it's crown chakra day today. In our full moon work, we are on the crown chakra, and in our chakra infusion, it's actually a crown solar plexus day. For those of you who have the 5D calendar, if you look on the 5D calendar, I need to have my 5D calendar out here. See if I can get that out here. The 5D calendar, today is a Saturday, which the Saturday is a solar plexus day. So as per the chakra infusion, it's a crown solar plexus day. So thank you for noticing the crown. Crowns up. For all my people in the crown chakra in a cosmic body, crowns up to you all. It takes one crown to know another. So I send that recognition right back to you. Thank you. I see you. Greetings, greetings, peace, love, and light. You speak about the moon. Have you walked on the moon? Oh, I walk with the moon all the time. I walk on the moon, in the moon, under the moon. Which position you want it to be? I'm always with the moon, right? Looks like a wonderful day. Yes, it is. Thank you. Those red plants here on the trees behind you are very powerful. That's MIA power plant. Oh, thank you. Now you're gonna make me look more into them. I think I just always looked at it as a type of like hibiscus tree, but it's my tree friend. It's my cousin right here. I told y'all this is 2D consciousness. I sit with my elders. It's my elder, tree cousin, or it might be my auntie. I don't know. But this is my tree in the moon, making that up. Yep. All right, get you out of here. Strike. Y'all want to play? I ain't out here to play. Go argue with the sun. Let me light this back up. We got the play ones out here. We got the minions out, y'all. We got the minions. Send those hearts up. Let's surround them with love. Let's dissolve the minions in some love. More love, more love, more fire, more love. Burn them up. Get them minions out of here. We not finna play with y'all today. We got too much work to do. Shay, go argue with the moon. I don't got time for that. Go argue with the sun. Let me see. Are there any more questions? Did I answer your question about the halls of Amenti? Let me know if you have a little bit more clarity on that. Halls of Amenti. So I'm doing a detox to detach. Right? So for those who, something's coming up there. Hold on. So the detox to detach is what I'm offering to some of you like right now. And here is thank you. Here is a 5D calendar. For those who don't have it, for those who want it, please make sure you order your calendar. You can email me or you can message me to get your calendar. But let me show you today on the 5D calendar, because I told y'all I like to use the calendar. This is not, we got to make it practical. And for those of you who don't know when these cosmic times and alignments are, they're in the 5D calendar. I make sure I put them there so that we align with true time reality, that when they have holidays and distractions, that you recognize that that's happening around a time that something cosmic is happening for you. So today is Saturday. So this is what I mean by what day it is on the 5D calendar. So this is a 5D calendar week, and you can see the day under here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday is a solar plexus. So that's what I mean. If you have your 5D calendars and you look, you'll see, right? Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the gifts. So this is a tool that is also going to help you be in alignment, not just with the chakras, right? But the day out of time, the galactic new year. If this has passed you, we just passed this. This was the galactic new year on the 26th. It's right here. The vortexes are here. When we have a portal, it was the 5-5 portal. According to 5D, Heru, known as Leo, is the 5th month. 5th month, and this was the 5th of the 5th month. So therefore it was a 5-5 portal for the 5D timeline, for those on the true timeline, right? What else was happening? We got the galactic new year. We got the day out of time. So when you need to know these dates, they're in the calendar. The day out of time on the 25th, which is really the 3rd of Leo. The galactic new year on the 26th is really the 4th day of Leo. And right now we're coming up to the 8-8 Lions Gate. Let me take y'all right here. I'll take you there. Right there. That's the 8-8 Lions Gate. Right? This is the 8th day. You see at the bottom is the 3D dates. This is the 5D number date. This is a 3D date. It's the 17th day of Leo, which means it is 17 degrees of Leo. Every day is a degree. Ashe? So if you see here, you'll look right here. It says 8-8 portal. right? And it's supposed to say 88 Lionsgate just so that you know that this is that day. But this is the 88 portal, 88 Lionsgate. And on the next calendar, I'm definitely going to put 88 Lionsgate so you know what that is. And you're going to see a marking that lets you know the gateway goes all the way up to the 12th, right? And on the 12th, we have a new moon. See, the moon is telling you right there, we got a new moon. So this calendar is helping you to see what we're doing, where we are in the stars, and even where we are with the moon and the sun. When is there a full moon? When is there a new moon? When is there a half moon? So you can know what phase we're in, so you can do the work that you need to do with this, right? Ashe, ashe. Can you mirror your screen so we can read it the right way? Oh, it's backwards. I gotta learn that. My apologies, and I don't know how to mirror it yet. I was working on, doing my best to figure it out. Yeah, bear with me. I'm technologically challenged, but I'm working through it. So I know it's backwards, and I'm gonna work on seeing if I can get a way to reverse it. So my apologies that it's backwards. Um, the mirror is in my settings. Okay. So I'll definitely look at that. I wouldn't be able to do it now. I'm not going to lie because I'm going to be so confused. But when I get off, I'm going to go into my settings and play with it and see if I can, take that off. Right? It's a tab. You say it like it's so easy. I admire that. I admire people. They're like, "Oh, it's right there." And I'm like, I'm going to be sitting here looking like a grandma, y'all. I'm going to be like, I'm just really not gonna get it. Like it's easy for you, but it's a little challenging for me. So I gotta wait till I'm done where I can really sit with it, right? Um, oh, I have to do it while I'm on the live. Okay, it's while you're live. Oh, so I have to do it while I'm on. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to take all of that time away from what I'm sharing with y'all right now. I'm gonna do like a dummy live kind of after this when I get back, because I have to go somewhere right after this. But when I get back, I'm going to do a little dummy live and kind of play with it and see, you know, maybe you catch me on there and you could guide me through it when I go back live. But I'm just going to go live for the simple fact of doing this. So thank you for that. Sorry for venting. It's probably a schizophrenic episode or something. No, no sorrows, no apologies. And if you're going through something, schizophrenic is really not your title of who you are. It is a psychosis. Like a lot of people that go into that, they have a spiritual psychosis and then they get labeled schizophrenic. A lot of times you don't get the proper help within a certain scope of time, and it falls into constant schizophrenia attacks. But this is all mind work. When you are more aligned with spirit, you will be able to observe your mind, and you'll be able to see why you were called to have a spiritual psychosis, right? There are a lot of people going through a psychosis and they don't have a label. Nobody's labeling them, but we live in a schizophrenic society. Let me just be clear. We live in a narcissistic, schizophrenic society because they are chronically living in hypocrisy. And when you are chronically living in hypocrisy, and that just means, even if you didn't mean to, when you're chronically living in lies and illusions, eventually the backlash to that, the side effect to that, is that you are going to end up being a schizophrenic. You're going to end up living in a schizophrenic system when you're chronically in a hypocritic state. It's going to break at some point. And so that's what's happening, the system that we live in, this narcissistic system. And that's why they break and it becomes schizophrenic. And that's why they create people within the system who break and have a schizophrenic psychosis, a psychotic break. And it is a spiritual psychosis because everything is spirit. The mind, the suke, is spirit. So if you have loved ones that are going through this, help them to understand this. A lot of times it could be that it's gone too far. If they've pumped up on medicines and they haven't had a spiritual intervention, if they haven't had someone, let's say like myself, that has the understanding of it to guide them through it, they have a window when there's a schizophrenic break, when there's a psychotic break, or what I call going through a spiritual psychosis, you have a window that it has to be addressed before it falls deeper and deeper into the abyss of the mind and gets lost in the multiple dimensions in time, right? And then when they start giving them just medicine and they rely only on medicine, it's hard for them to come out of it. It gets harder and harder. So if they don't have someone that is there that can spiritually guide them through, it is harder and harder to get out of, but it's not impossible, right? Do it right before you are live. Okay, go and do it right before I go live. Ashe, thank you to that. All right, so today I went for an interview. One second. Let me make sure I got all of your messages. So that's just to understand what's happening in that schizophrenia. Episodes will happen because of that, right? I quit going today. All right. Broken and I don't want to play the game anymore. Oh, I so understand that, because you feel that mental attack all the time. And it's like, why I got to keep going through this? But if you stay strong, if you stick to spirit, if you hold to that divinity in you, it's going to pull you through. You'll see that there's a reason why your spirit chose to have this particular part of its soul course and its soul journey. And it's going to bring you more to the truth of you. But it's going to take detaching from society. You're never going to be like them. And this is why I'm speaking about the preparation for the 8-8 Lionsgate. This brings me back to that. This is an integration of new beginnings. A lot of you have been on your new beginnings journey for quite some time. This is the next level up. It's ascension time. And we're pushing the timeline into that next dimension. That's why there's so much happening right now. We're in a 9-month gestation window. And within that 9-month, we're actually like in the second trimester of that window. It's very transitional. The summer month, we're actually like right? In the second trimester. So, I hear an echo. What did I do? What was pressed? I pressed nothing. Okay. Right. So with that, I didn't even press nothing, and it just happens. Sometimes it happens like that. So with that said, we have a detox to detach. I want to make sure this is clear. What I'm calling and what I'm offering to those of you who are here, who are hearing the call and you feel inclined, this is a detox to detach that we're starting tomorrow as we're walking through the halls of Amenti, as we are preparing for the peak of the 8-8 Lionsgate. This is fortifying your body, stabilizing your mind, your emotional body, identifying who you are, knowing your true identity, right? And integrating in the heart chakra. I just spoke of all 4 chakras. That's what I just said to you. We're fortifying the body, that's the root. We're stabilizing the emotional body, that's the sacral. We're getting to know our true identity, that is the solar plexus. And that's really key right now with the full moon that we just had, is really pulling on us to know our true self. It's even aligned with the chakras, and I'll do a video about that because that revelation literally came through in live action, in a live download that I had in our meeting last night. So I'm going to share that with you, as much of it that I can, and if I may just leave a video about it. I was guided to, Spirit was like, you need to do a video about it, because it is confirming what the full moon is bringing to us, which is bringing us into our true self. So anyway, that's the sacral. And then 4th, the heart chakra, it's about us integrating into the love frequency. And what did I say earlier? We're integrating into new beginnings. What is that new beginning? It's the 5th dimension. The 5th dimension is unity frequency. That's the love frequency. The unity frequency is the love frequency, right? In the center of, what is it? Infinite wisdom is love. In the center of infinite wisdom is love. In the center of infinite wisdom is love. I send that to you, right? So I just infused that in all of you here right now. As a Reiki master, I just literally sent that symbol of love into you. A heart symbol, but it's a heart symbol that means that in the center of infinite existence is love. And that's us finding that center in the infinite of it all. That means we're finding our infinite existence, and that's 8. That's what the 8 represents, our infinite existence in time. And in the center of infinite existence, in the center where wisdom meets, is love. You're going to find love, right? Can people stop interrupting you? Ashe, ashe. Let me see. Thank you. We need a live check. Oh, we need a live to check. Oh, to check your settings and practice where these things are. Um, we all can help. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes. We're going to do a little live setup, and anyone who's willing to come in and come help me do it, like help me maneuver through it, I welcome that. Thank you. We'll do that next. The heart lady I met didn't consider herself a demon, but she didn't respect my boundaries. Ooh, literally chased me down. And I'm parking. Interrupts. Okay, a great conversation between a world cyclist and myself. Ashe. I see it. The boundaries part is what get me. She didn't respect my boundaries, and I'm glad you said that, because you just brought to mind something that I was mentioning earlier, that the family, that as you guys are doing what you're doing, as we are integrating on this timeline, the blood is boiling. As you are ready to step forth into your new beginnings, the blood is boiling. They are not respecting your boundaries. Okay, I'm talking about that bloodline. I'm talking about those friends. Everything that you think is close to you is being separated from you because it is not a vibrational match for you. It is not a part of the true timeline collective and who you are here to be connected with. This is what the Leo, the sun and moon, is extracting from us, the true you, to be able to find the true collective. Ashe? Let me make sure I got sent an interview. I stuttered. I expected a little motivation. Ashe, ashe. All right, we got some that need to be removed. We got some more minions, okay? Let the men get them. You're out of here. It feels so good to have a moderator. All right, so let me see what else you're saying here. If I got any questions. Anybody got any questions about the halls of a mentee? Drop hearts on the chat. Yes, thank you. Drop the hearts on the chat. That helps get the algorithms going. Let's get our soul tribe star seeds up in here. So the message, integrating. Let's get back into that, because a lot of us need to see that and what's happening. Let me break a little bit of that down. Let me take a drink. Stop waiting for it to happen. All right, this is one of my favorite cups. Go out and make it happen. This is what we doing. We not waiting on 5D to drop in our laps. We're not waiting on Aquarian age to drop in our laps. We're not waiting on something outside of us. Stop waiting on it to happen and go make it happen. This work, this part of the ascension time, is waiting on you to step up and do what you got to do. It's waiting on you to remove and clear the densities. That's why this full moon work was really important for those who were able to align with the full moon and do their work. This was an important full moon that was asking you to remove the densities, clear up the wounds, because that's what we are consumed by, or they are. They're consumed by their wounds. I'm not going to say we, because, you know, I'm a demon slayer. I'm a wound slayer. I get up every day slaying these wounds, and this is what I'm sharing with you all. To not only slay these wounds and clear the densities. In order to clear the densities, you have to remove these wounds. There's no way around it. Ashe? There's no way around it. It has to be cleared. And that is a part of the preparation step, which is why the detox, the detach, is really important. It is very important that we detox to detach. Remove all of the false information out of your body is what the detox to detach is about. And I'm not just talking about food. All right. Food is a part of us helping us to understand how we use food to distract. We use food to turn away from the emotional body, because the food cravings happen because you're not paying attention to what's going in the mind. And all of a sudden you crave for this, you want this, you feel for this. You don't even know why. That the reason that you feel for that, or why you feel pulled to that or attracted to that, is because there's something in your consciousness that is not being addressed. That's how it works. And so a lot of us understand that we eat, like there's something Umar Johnson said that really sticks, and I want to share that live. I want to share that snippet, if I could say it. And he was talking about, I guess, like obese women, that there's nothing wrong with them, and that was what they were talking about. But here's what he said in that: people eat because eating, it's a fact, it's a scientific fact that while you're eating, it's like it suppresses the emotions. Like your mind body complex is not going to keep thinking on the emotions, because you stop that thought. It's almost like you put a pause, because the body is only working on eating. So you don't have to feel the feelings, you don't have to process the feelings, because your body is so busy processing the food. Hear what I'm telling you. This is very important. Food is information. Ashe, thank you for that. I was just about to say that. Food is information, just like the sun is information. That's why I say we appropriate the sun. We eat the sun, just like the plants. That's why I said the plants are our cousin, 2D consciousness. We are plant life too. Before there was human life, there was plant life. So we are plant life too. We break down information through light codes. And so if you are appropriating a lot of light codes, you actually don't need to eat that much. I don't know how many of y'all are sensing that. This is why some people are noticing that they're eating differently. And there's some people are saying, I noticed that I'm not eating this, I'm not eating that, because you're doing your work in some way, shape, or form. You're doing some type of shadow work, that you're processing what you need to process in your consciousness. Therefore, the body doesn't need to react. The body doesn't need a certain type of food. The body doesn't even need to eat the way that you've been eating. You're finding out that you're not eating how you used to eat, because you are appropriating the light codes, whether it be sitting in the sun and grounding more, as well as doing more soul work. Are you meditating? Because then you are feeding your mind body complex, and you don't have to overcompensate in the body. These are things that we're talking about in the detox or detach, that I'm going to help us, guide us through as we walk through the halls of a mentee. This is an important part. Why is it important to the halls of a mentee? Because the halls of a mentee, for those who don't know what it is, it's the hallway of mirrors, right? Metaphysically, esoterically, it is a hallway of mirrors that are bringing to you the illusions that you have been living in, that we all have been living in, but mainly you. It is your consciousness that you're walking in and through. And so you walking through these hallways, and it is said that Thoth, Jehudi, many people know him as Jehudi. Well, I mean Thoth, but I say Jehudi. Jehudi, the messenger, is the one who brings us there, who leads us to the halls of a mentee for us to walk through. And it is during this time in the 8-8 Lions Gateway. This is a battle between Heru and Set. The Heru in you and the Set in you, that is Set tripping, which is your misappropriated ego. So you're walking through the halls to debunk, to be able to see these mirrored reflections of you, which are distorted versions of you, because it is illusions. And as you're walking through, is for you to recognize these illusions and break them, break the mirror. But guess what? It's going to be harder to do if you're holding on to certain things in the mind body complex. So this brings me to my point. How does the detox, the detach, help you through? And it helps because, let me plug this up. It helps you through because when you detoxing, when you remove these faulty informations, your body and your mind body complex is more clear. So instead of the junk information, instead of the distracted information, you have detoxed your mind body complex from it. You've detoxed the body by removing certain foods that are giving misappropriated information to your cells, that has your body working to process that. And while your body is so busy working to process the food, you're not processing what you need to process here, right? Effectively, right? Some people may say, but when I eat, I'm still this. Yeah, okay, tell yourself that. I'm not here to argue with anybody. I'm here to just give you the process of it. It's not doing it effectively. There's some resistance. You still leave room for resistance. When you detox, you are removing any room of resistance. We naturally have resistance in us, right? We naturally have some resistance in us, in our ego. Your misappropriated ego naturally has a resistance. It thinks it knows it all. It thinks it can get all of this knowledge and not do the work. A lot of us fool ourselves. A lot of people fool themselves. I'm not even going to say us because I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not really in that bracket. But a lot of people fool themselves because they think that because they know all this information and they got all this knowledge that they just, ooh, I'm in there. Did you do the work? Did you process it? You cannot embody the information if you don't experience the sensations. God damn. Let me say that again. You cannot embody the information if you do not experience the sensations. This is a time where we ought to allow ourselves to feel, to feel, to feel, to feel. You got to feel it, to reveal it, to heal it. Right? And I'm going to come back on because I see that my time is kind of running into where I got to go right now. But I'm going to come back on and I'll talk about it a little bit more because this is important for us to be ready to go in and explore the detox, the detach. And I really want to get into some things I want to share with us for those who are going to meet me back in the live. We're going to talk about the family things that are coming up, the family blood. Like I said, we got to understand that they just don't like you. Your blood is boiling. You're boiling the blood by doing your work, and they don't like you. This is the integration of the new beginning. We got to get this information through our souls, through our bodies. We got to embody it. So, what I'm saying to those of you here who get this information here, it's a reason why you're called here and now. The detox, the detach is right at it's tomorrow. And all you got to do is reach out, send a message. You got to be the I told him I'm not looking for, I'm not reaching out to reach for nobody. I'm giving the information. You got to reach out. You got to make that next step for you. Message me or email me. My email is in the bio, akilatextry@gmail.com. And the detox or detach is donation based. It has no price. I did not price it. So I know in the workshop, we were in there. 144 was for the workshop because there's a wealth of information in the workshop. And I do my, that's the work. The law of reciprocity has to be expressed and experienced. So in with the detox or detach, I want it to be available to anybody because we really are going to need that to help us be ready through the halls of a mentee. So whatever you donate, it could be $1, it could be $5. It has to be on you. You have to know what you're tithing to. You have to know what it's worth to you. And keep in mind that as a man thinketh, so is he. As a man giveth, so is he. So whatever it is that you're asking the universe for, whatever it is that you want to receive, you have to give with that same great faith, right? And this is not about money. This is about the exchange of true currency, which is the energy. My energy is true currency. My energy and time is true currency. And this is about the exchange that recognizes that true currency and you tithing into that. That's true tithing. Do you tithe into where you get your spiritual feed, your spiritual fix, your spiritual help, your soul work? Do you tithe into that? Because that amplifies and opens up your blessings. Because what we give into is what some people are blocked because you give your money into things that do not feed your soul. You give into money into things in the material world. And I'm not saying don't enjoy life, but this is what we give into. So I'm saying to you, when you do give, keep that in mind with what you're asking the universe, and with true integrity in your soul, donate what you're tithing into that you want to manifest into your life. But as I said, it's not price. So whatever it is that you donate, as I see that donation, and make sure you send me your email so I can give you the link. You donate, you get the email, you get the link. And the we're doing on the 8/8, we're doing a activation transmission on the 8/8, and that's free, open to everybody. But to those that it's going to be more, let's say it's going to be more potent to those who do the work, to those who actually walk with us through the halls of a mentee, those who are in the detox, the detach, and actually doing what needs to be done. That's who it's going to be more beneficial to, right? Everybody can receive it. Anybody could come into that, but I'm having the detox, the detach for those who are really, really ready. Ashe, halls of a mentee. Yes, thank you for this. I needed to hear it. Ashe, you're welcome. Any questions about the halls of a mentee? Do you have a specific time you were coming back on? I'm not sure, but I know it's going to be later on in the day, later on in the afternoon, because I don't even get back till about 1, 2 o'clock. I may not get back till about 2, 3 o'clock Eastern time. So you can probably look, and I'm going to situate myself when I come back. So you can probably look towards, I want to say maybe around 4, because I do have one more meeting tonight, and I got to be, available for my meeting. So maybe somewhere between 4 and 6. I don't have an exact time, but you could kind of look out somewhere between there. And we'll go into it a little bit more of what you may have some questions about the integration of the new beginnings. And I want to go more into what's happening in the bloodline, and more specifically, what's happening when we don't release our wounds. So, right before I go, in case you don't make it back, because this is an important part of the message, and I want to share that with you. Has to do with the demonic entanglement and the wounds. The demons are wounds, and the wounds that we have is how we let the demons in. And I literally saw this example, so I'm sharing it with you all. That we have entangled with in our ego. The ego is how how the wounds can whisper to you, put it that way, right? So something comes up, and this is why, again, we have to clear the densities. You clear the densities by clearing the wounds. The wounds have a big stake in your life. The wounds have a big deal to do with why you may be blocked in certain particular areas. And the demon, which is the wound, it only has the parasitic entanglement, demonic entities, whatever you want to call it. It has no real power, least you give it. And you give it away when you open yourself up to a wound. So we have to be a part of the remembering, which is to remember who you truly are at all times. So when that demon whispers, and it whispers into your ego. And the whisper is through the wound. It can't even get to you. Your ego allows it, because the ego is holding on to a wound. The ego is protecting a wound, and it's holding on to a wound. And this goes for everybody. So we have to constantly be checking ourselves. I don't care if it's a wound from 20 years ago, it's a wound. And that wound opens up every time somebody throws a stone at it. Every time somebody throws a stone at anything that has to do with that wound, it's going to bring up that wound unconsciously to you. You won't even notice that is why you are invested in a particular way. And so what happens is, as long as that wound is existing and sitting there, consciously or unconsciously, known or unknown, as soon as there is a hit at it, as soon as it's a window, and the demon literally whispers, right? The opposition whispers through that wound to you, within you, and you actually believe that it's you, because it has to appeal to your ego, and your ego is a part of you. And so it is your personality, it is who you are. Wise ego, but the fallen wise ego becomes the misappropriated ego. So in our ego there's a twofold, and so that falls back. The ego, the misappropriated ego, is the one who's always enticing you, who's always soliciting you, who's always whispering through the wound. It's saying, ooh, they don't see you again. Ooh, they disrespected you again. Ooh, they don't know you. Ooh, it whispers through your wound. But guess what? If you don't have a wound, there can be no suggestion. If you don't have a wound, there could be no suggestion. And I'm going to leave with this quote, because I had in this message, had gotten this in the integration. Your wound that you won't address are the demons that you won't confess. Let me say that again. Your wounds that you won't address are the demons that you won't confess. That is the confession that we need. They talking about repent to your past. No, this is the true repentance. Repenting means to rethink. And that repentance involves you confessing your demons, you confessing your wounds. This is not the time to hide things and to cover it up and give it a beautiful name and give any excuses. Like, oh, I do this because of that. Universe doesn't want to hear your excuses. I want us to say that to ourselves. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I don't care what the reason is. I have no right to hold on to this wound anymore. I don't care what happened to me. This is not the time to be in victim mode. anymore. There are no excuses. Ignorance is no excuse. There are no excuses. Tell yourself that when you look in the mirror. I don't care what it is. It's confession time. This is a confession of my heart. You got it. Confessions. These are my confessions. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Confession. So, your wound that you won't address are the demons you won't confess. Get in that booth. Get in that booth and have a confession with yourself. Hi, my name is Tom and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, my name is Susie and I got a wound. What's your wound? Speak to it because you can only eradicate it if you can address it. If there's no address, how you going to address it? How you going to fix it? And as long as it's there, you will have densities still within you, which means there is a resistance, and that resistance blocks the light code integration. So that brings me back to that. We are integrating. This is an integration of new beginnings. And we want to remove these resistances in our conduits so that we can have a true beginning. Hence, why the detox and detach is going to help walk us through the halls of a mentee. 144, if you're ready, let's go. I'm offering it. Y'all got to look out for people who are offering these things for you and to you. It's are you going to answer the call? You are chosen because you have chosen. So are you going to choose to answer the call? Let's go. Pick up that phone up on the request line. Is it worth it? Let me work it. Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Alchemize that. Yep. Alchemize that. Yep. All right. I'm going to leave it there. We'll be back on. So, love and light to you all. See you all a little bit later today, and we'll tap a little bit more into this, what we didn't get to, which I'll explain to y'all about the chakra infusion and what the new download unfolded like live last night. So, I'll share that with y'all when we come back. Peace, love, and light. I said peace, love, and light. Ooh, ooh. Ashe. Come on. All right. Love and light to y'all.